I'm happy to be today with Shabeer Ali, the Executive Director of Allday, and Jerome Vericiel, the General Manager of Recapp, to launch the partnership between the two companies. So I want to start with you, Jerome. Can you tell us more about this partnership?
Of course. So we had the chance to sign an agreement with Allday, and we are very proud for that because it's very important for us in terms of awareness to make sure that we can spread the word of the importance to recycle here in the UAE to the consumer who are going to every day a store. And Allday have a lot of stores. And we decided to work together to spread more awareness and to invite the consumer to come back with a bottle, a single-use plastic bottle, which is very important in our program. So this partnership is all about how we can convince people to bring back a bottle in an easy way, and why not to be rewarded for that.
Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
amazing. Coming to you, Shabeer, why is it important for Allday recycling and especially this partnership?
At the outset, let me thank you for having us here. Thank you so much, Jerome, for coming
you.
all the way and having this signing in ceremony. This is one of our marquee events, and maybe even for this whole decade, right? And it's more of a same cause for both of us. See, Veolia, one of the largest engineering companies, sets up something called Recapp, which is more of a non-profit organization, which is back-end, right? What we bring onto the table is 50,000 plus customers who are walking across our stores every single day. We want to create that awareness that Recapp wants to, push around UAE, maybe for the first time, in terms of reducing usage of single plastic, recycling single-use plastic, and then most importantly, recirculating it in the same economy, which is the biggest thing, right? Reducing, recycling, a lot of other stuff that happens. And then if you ship it far away, it doesn't serve the purpose. Again, there's so much of carbon footprint emission. There's so much of, if logistics affects the world environment. So one of the most beautiful things Recapp is doing in this program is that they are recycling and then using these, used plastic to produce fresh new products within the region, within UAE, and then it comes back to the market again. And imagine if that is something that the consumers are aware. Listen, the plastic that I use can be made use in the same country. I think that's the most wonderful thing for us.
This partnership has an amazing potential, just hearing the both of you. It might be a bit early to ask you the question, but what has been the impact so far of this partnership? Do you have any data you could share with us?
Yeah, I can, of course. So you need to know that we started this partnership, like I would say, 2 months and a half ago, because first we have to produce those smart boxes that you can see here. Those smart boxes are something amazing because it's not taking space in a retail store like Allday. At the same time, there is a AI, so artificial intelligence software behind, and it helps us to bring more plastic bottle back to the store. Because as you just mentioned before, I'm a consumer, I'm coming to a store, I buy a product which is not waste at all. It's a product that I consume. And this post-consume product becomes a waste in the mind of people, and we want to change that. So today, what we do together as a awareness program is to make sure that people come back with a bottle. And for that, we can say within 2 months and a half, we have been able to recover 4,000 bottles already. And only in this store, this is why we choose this store also, it's 1,600 bottles in the beginning of the partnership. Can be much more because we decided to spread this program together. So now we have 20 stores on board.
Right.
And we started with 5, 10, 15, and now we have 20. So the data will be much higher in the future. And we can envisage to have much more bottle that will be recovered.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's the beauty of this partnership, to really provide a solution of drop-off. Because again, what we want people consuming a bottle, a drink actually, water or juice or sparkling product, they can easily consume very closely, like going outside of the store, and after 5 minutes, this product is already done, it's consumed, and there is a way to recover it. Because as Recapp, what we do together is to create the circular economy, to promote the circular economy. Bottle to bottle, we want to close the loop.
Yeah, amazing, man. I think it's a wonderful initiative.
It is. And so we're going to have like in 20 stores around Dubai, the smart boxes of Recapp.
Correct.
How do you, Shabeer, plan to change consumer behaviors? Because we're going to see the smart boxes, but how are you going to push them basically?
I think
for
again
this
that's
web?
mutual. So
Yeah.
there are a lot of things we're doing combined
Yeah.
in terms of we having a lot of flyers in store, we have messages in store, we are training our employees to tell consumers on the impact and then how easy it is. We're having webinars. The new age. It's all about people wanting to do it remotely. So we're doing webinars. We're also having some really close knit community events, right? Like with schools in the neighborhood, with beaches around. So there is a lot of awareness campaign we built along to have them in our brick and mortar stores. Obviously the number one is to have it where people are walking in. That's the idea, right? That's why Recapp is also looking at these private partnerships wherein they want to be where the end user is. It's not easy for you to go knock at doors and force people to do this. But when you do it in public places, when you do it in these places where end users are going on a regular basis, supermarkets and convenience stores, these are places where we have people walking in 3 to 5 times a week. That's a lot of time. So even if they take things back home, Jerome, they bring it the next time.
Exactly.
Right? Empty bottles.
Exactly. They can also.
And I see a lot of kids getting interested because of the rewards and because of the whole tech thing. So I think the possibilities are endless.
And that's very important what you mentioned, because also with our technology, we are able to see how many session of drop-off has been done. And then you can see how many bottle has been dropped during this session. So we can see if someone is coming back from the house, bringing back the bottles, and not only one, but maybe 20 bottles.
Pack of them, yeah.
A pack of them, yes. And about the awareness and how we are able to change behavior of the consumer, I will say that the best ambassadors are the employees of Allday, because they are discussing every day with the consumers, and those consumers ask the question, what is it, this bean? Oh, it's not a bean, it's a smart box. And they start to explain what we do all together, and people start to understand that it's possible to use it because it's not difficult to use it. And that's the main purpose of Recapp, to offer a solution which is easy to use. And for us, what we want to do, it's really to develop this drop-off system with different features. So we talk about the smart boxes, but we implemented recently 2 reverse vending machines in Abu Dhabi, for example. So this is the same principle.
Massive.
The cost is more expensive. The recovery is also easy with a reward system like the smart boxes. But what is the difference finally? A smart box can be implemented in each and every store. And Allday, they have 100 stores. So we are discussing already about what we can do in the future to make it even easier for them. I mean, affordable for everyone, to make sure that we have a solution matching with the aim of the community, which is to participate in the recovery of plastic bottle here in the UAE, and for us as a waste management company, to make sure that we can capture the maximum of feedstock of recyclable that we can recover. It means that we can recover from bottle to bottle.
Absolutely.
I mean, just listening to you, this has an amazing potential, and I'm so happy to see 2 companies partnering, joining forces to create awareness and push, the movement forward when it comes to recycling and consumption in general. This is really amazing. So, for other businesses listening to us right now, what would you advise them to do?
I suggest. If even if you look at the UAE's trajectory now, our Crown Prince, His Highness Sheikh Hamdan, he's come up with so many tough initiatives. So many, like for example, from July 1st, single-use plastic is completely banned. You can't even sell it at a cost. So the government is very serious, right? I think it's high time all businesses, they understood the value of the most basic thing, right? All of us living in this society, we want to leave something better for the next generation. And that's just not for a consumer, it's not for an employer, it's not for a business, it's for every human being. And I think all businesses should start taking this whole global warming thing seriously, should start understanding the impact of global warming on the world, and then take these small steps. It could be a partnership with Recapp, it could be something else. See, beyond these kind of partnerships, we at Allday also have a lot of other initiatives. We maybe were one of the first to start alternate bags. We've been having jute bags and cotton bags and reusable bags for more than 10 years. And we've tried to avoid virgin plastic, except for when it is mandatory, like fruits and vegetables or meat and other products. So I think I think it's time, and I'm sure with the amount of initiatives the government is taking up, and companies like Veolia are coming up with, it's inevitable. I think everyone will sooner or later join this campaign. What do you think?
I think that for me, it's super clear what I could advise to businesses. Because if you remember Recapp 3 years ago, it was like a small startup starting in this industry of recovery of plastic under the umbrella of Veolia, who is owning Recapp. And Recapp has been launched by Veolia for the purpose of awareness and to make sure that we can secure enough material if we want to invest in the recovery of this material here locally. Because we talk about circular economy, but the most important is local circular economy.
Yes.
And for that, we developed first the door-to-door collection that we offer for free. This is why he mentioned we are like an NGO. We are not, but we are trying to make it easy and affordable. And the best affordable was to make it free. If you want to push people to commit for something, you cannot start by saying, okay, it will cost you 50, 100 dirham every month if you want to recover the material. No, let's do it for free. Let's educate people, spreading awareness, having a lot of people on board. And today I'm happy during this signature to mention that we reached 100,000 registration on the Recapp application.
Wow.
We recover
Amazing.
1 million bottle every week. Only for the plastic bottle,
100,000
1
users.
million
Yeah.
every week. And we decided to implement new features. The features were how we can invite people to drop off their material, because the door-to-door is very expensive, while the drop-off is less expensive for us in terms of operation. And this is not because we want to make some profit, it's because we want to make it durable, sustainable, financially sustainable, to make sure that this service that we offer, those services that we offer from Recapp, are not for 1 year, 3 years, but for more. And this is what we did with the implementation of reverse vending machine. You mentioned before that it's important to have some technology.
Oh, yeah.
We developed
Oh, yeah.
the smart deposit machine, and we developed after this smart box. And what is it finally? It's a need from a customer who asked us to develop a reverse vending machine, Environment Agency Abu Dhabi. And then from that, we said, okay, what can we do to make it even bigger? A reverse vending machine, you drop 60 bottles in 60 minutes maybe. While with our smart machine, you drop 100 bottles in 60 seconds. And these smart boxes, we will do maybe a demonstration if you don't mind, and it takes a few seconds to drop your bottle. But what is the difference? It's to make it easy again and to spread a lot of smart boxes. So I would advise to the businesses finally to come on board like Allday did it, and like other brand owners did it. But it's not about who is the brand owner, who is the producer of this material. It's a full commitment, a collective commitment to work together. There are many stakeholders, starting from the individuals, ourselves,
Absolutely.
as a consumer, but as a person, as an household. Then the waste management companies who want really to recover the material. Then you have the full industry to invest in this recycling process. And then you have the brand owners. Okay, but behind the brand owners, or on the side of the brand owners, we have the retailers, and they have a big role to play. Because where do we go as a consumer? To the retailer, not to the brand owner. We buy a product from the brand owner, from the retail stores. And this is why we need to work all together to prepare the future, a better future for the future generation. But why? Because you mentioned something very important, the government. And soon you will see that we will discuss very seriously at that moment about an extended producer responsibility here in the UAE. If
Like
Allday is already on board, you are ready. And what is the extended producer responsibility? It's to make sure that the brand owners and some retailers who own their own brand will be responsible in the recovery. Now, how? With a drop-off system. So what we are doing together, it's already what the government wants us to do.
You are pioneers.
You are pioneers. We are completely pioneers.
We are at least
and we
fast
want
movers
the
for
others
sure.
to come on board as well.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a lot to learn from this partnership. I think it's an amazing partnership, and it's really great to see, again, two private, companies coming together and taking, ownership of the recycling issue in the UAE and taking action, as you said, especially in the year of sustainability and the clear commitment of the UAE for the years coming, to us. So I have a last question especially for the Allday customers. Do you have a last message to share to Allday customers watching us?
I think, we are blessed to have an audience or consumers who are really aware. That's the first most important thing. If I was having an audience who's not what our consumers are, or mostly across all our 100 stores, the audience that walks into an Allday, they're extremely aware. We just want them to know that we've made this for them, we've created a destination for them, or we've brought Recapp to their footsteps, and we want them to use it. And they know it's for the future, they know it's to make a better tomorrow, they know it's for their next generation, they know it's to save the earth. These are things that I think are cliche, that most of our audience knows, but what we want them to know now is it's in their neighborhood now, right? You walk into any of the Allday stores, very soon across all Allday stores, you will have this platform for you to recycle all the single-use plastics that you use, you find, So I think that's the message we want to leave to our consumers.
Amazing. So use Recapp.
Absolutely. At Alldays.
At Alldays.
What about you, Jerome? A last message for Allday?
For me, consumer, I will give them one message. You are a consumer, I'm also a consumer. We are all the same. We consume because we need it. We need to consume because we need to feed ourselves, right? But we need to be responsible. When it's possible to reduce, don't hesitate and reduce. When you can reuse, do it. When you cannot, you can still recover this material. The name is simple, recycle. So recycle with us here at Allday with Recapp. Download the application. Raise the voice, because we know that you are aware that it's important. Raise the voice to make sure that all the stakeholders that I mentioned before will come on board. All together we can do something big, because a small act like deposit one bottle is a big consequence for the future.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, gentlemen.
Pleasure ours, Nadine. Thank you so much.
Pleasure
Thank you so
learning
much for
about this
having us.
partnership and all the potential, it's going to unfold. Just behind you, Jerome, I see a smart box. I'd love you to do a demo for us.
Okay.
Why not?
It?
Why not? We will make the master do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So after I need to choose between the door-to-door and drop-off, I choose drop-off. And then I can scan the QR code which is here. Yeah. And I choose one or two bottles.
Yeah. Okay.
So I have one bottle. I take a photo. This is where I can take a photo. Up. And you can see now, I can confirm a drop-off. So I drop the bottle and I confirm. Congrats.